Now, I have said repeatedly over the last couple years that the whole purpose of all of the book bans that we're seeing in red states, all of the transgender sport ban, the transgender bathroom bans, all of it is about erasing transgender people from existence. And just in case you thought that that was just hyperbole, maybe that's me overreacting, let me direct you to the state of Missouri. The statehouse in Missouri, controlled by Republicans with a Republican governor running the state, they went back to session this week. And to start their session, they introduced 7 different bills to erase transgender people from existence in the state of Missouri. Here is the laundry list of these pieces of legislation from Missouri Republicans. HB 1520 would make the gender-affirming treatment ban permanent and retroactive. HB 1519 would protect from liability any medical professionals who refuse to assist with a gender transition. HB 1674 requires private employers to provide biological sex-exclusive bathrooms to employees. HB 2355 requires schools to provide biological sex-exclusive bathrooms, locker rooms, and changing rooms. HB 2308 requires schools to provide biological sex-exclusive bathrooms, locker rooms, and changing rooms, and creates a legal framework for suing non-compliant schools. HB 2309 eliminates the difference between sex and gender within state law. And HB 2357 requires all public bathrooms to be biological sex exclusive. Now, it's that second to last one that I read. They're legislating science. Okay? Science has told us there is a difference between sex and gender. Like, that's what science tells. By the way, that's not just from me. That is the National Institutes of Health, the U.S. Surgeon General, and the American Academy of Pediatrics. They've all said those two are not alike. So Republicans in ass-backwards Missouri have said, well, we don't like that. What if we just change the law to say science actually tells us this? Well, that sounds great, right? And that's what these rednecks did. That's the piece of legislation they have proposed. We're going to legislate you out of existence, which is exactly what I've been warning you about for years now. I was not speaking in hyperbole. I wasn't overreacting. I was telling you what is eventually going to happen, and by God, here it is happening right now in the state of Missouri. Missouri, which, by the way, has a higher than the national average poverty rate. You're not doing well in healthcare. You rank 39th out of 50 states on that. You know, you're in the 30s of all the states in education, so you're towards the back end of education. And this is your priority? 7 pieces of legislation to kick off your new legislative session, all attacking transgender people. These pieces of legislation, by the way, the average everyday person in the state of Missouri, going about their daily life, you know, going to work, coming home, cooking dinner, whatever it is, this isn't going to affect you at all. Your life will not change in any meaningful way. None. You're not going to be economically better off. You're not going to be healthier. None of it. None of this legislation actually makes an impact on your life. The only people it impacts are the people who are transgender. Their lives are going to become more of a hell. Let me read you this, because I think this is actually very telling. You have House Majority Floor Leader John Patterson. Now, John Patterson had this to say. He said, I don't think that will be much of a focus. I think if you really want to help kids, we have kids that can't read. 1 out of 5 of our kids are obese. We had 40 kids die of gun violence in the past year. Addressing crime, addressing education. If you really want to help kids, those are the things we should work on. And by the way, that's a Republican. The Republican leader in the State House is like, yeah, I don't want to do these things because we actually have real problems. So kudos to him for admitting, hey, we actually have things we need to do. Maybe let's not focus on marginalizing an already marginalized community, right? But nope. The House Freedom Caucus in Missouri says, oh, hell no, we're going to focus on culture war issues. We're going to make these people's lives even worse than they already are. and we're going to do nothing to solve the real problems in the state of Missouri, because by God, folks, that is just how the Republican Party of 2024 operates. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena, and Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.